First of all, Rabbi Say, Mrs. Yaffe called me. It was a very big simcha that I should have mentioned it, but I didn't know about it till afterwards, that she was in shul for the first time this Shabbos. Baruch Hashem. Rabbi Wilhelm, it's good to have you here. Their 7-year-old grandchild is having in Chicago tomorrow a kidney transplant. 7 years old. So Shendel Tema, I think it's Bas Rachel Zlata. Rachel Zlata. Shendel Tema Bas Rachel Zlata. We learn they should have a refuah shalem and b'sech shechel Yisrael. Also, I received the disturbing news this afternoon that Barry Cement fell. He was just back on our Zoom, and he fell and he broke his clavicle, and he has a little brain bleed from the fall. So we're going to learn for him Pinchas Menachem Ben Leah. He should have a refuah shalema b'sech shechel Yisrael. You know, you never know. Each and every one of us concentrates. It makes a difference. We are holding in the 6th parak of Nedarim, and I want to thank Gedalia, who prepared. Thank you very much. Not that I ran back that you wouldn't do as good a job. That's not the thing. It's just that already that I could record it. But Gedalia.
I'm going to have that. I have to look it over for nothing. Then.
Yeah, right. I'm a kabel. Every fire, every burn. So anyway, we are dedicated also for the Fisher family, Nishmas Basi Bas Rabbi Shalom Ben Avram Levi Pel Bas Ruvain, for also Lili Nishmas Elchanan Bunim Ben Naftali Benish, Elimelech Ben Eliezer, for Shalem Fel Moshe Ben Chayesara, for the schools of Avram Ben Yom Benish Ben Malki Yehudis and family, by Yoel Klugman and family, and for Meir Ben Chayesara. They should have a refuah shalema b'sech shachel Yisrael. Hanoidim in ayayin. If Gedalia vows not to have wine, mutter b'yayin tapuchin. He's allowed to have apple cider. Min hashemen, if he vows not to have oil, mutter b'shemen shumshemen. He could have sesame oil. Min advash, stam dvash is bee honey. So min advash mutter b'dvash tmarim. He's permitted to have date honey. Min achaymitz, vinegar, normal vinegar is wine vinegar. So mutter b'chaymitz sitfaniyos. He's allowed to have the vinegar from the stunted grapes. Min akration, if he says he's not going to have leek, to his great relief, mutter b'kafloitos. He's allowed to have a species of leek with a very big bulb at the top, not like our very thin leek all the way through. Min hayorik, if he vows not to have vegetables, mutter b'yarkos asad, he could have wild vegetables. Why? Because those are not stam vegetables. Mipnei hu shem levai. It has an escorting name, and therefore it's not included in vegetable stam. Min hakruv, if he says he's not going to have cabbage, cabbage means the entire family of cabbage. So aser b'asparagus. It would be tempting to say that this means asparagus, but it seems to be the consensus of opinion. It's just another type of cabbage. Mino asparagus, but if he says that specific family of cabbage, the type of asparagus, then mutter b'kruv, he's allowed to have cabbage. Minagrisim, if he says he's not going to have grits, aser min hamikpah, he can't have even the cereal of grits. Rabbi Yosi says no, he just said grits, he didn't say cereal. Min hamikpah, but everybody agrees that if Gedalia says he's not going to have the cereal, mutter b'grisim, he's allowed to have grits. Min hamikpah, if he said he's not going to have cereal, since all cereal in those days had garlic, aser b'shum. Rabbi Yosi says no, if he's permitted to have garlic. Min hashum, everybody agrees that if he said he's not going to have garlic, mutter b'mikpah, he's allowed to have the cereal. Min hadoshim, if he says he's not going to have lentils, that's the entire lentil family, aser b'ashishin. He's not allowed to have the ashishin, which is a very inferior type of lentil. Rabbi Yosi says, no, lentils is lentils, ashishin is a different name, and he's allowed to have the ashishin. Everybody agrees that if he just says min ashishim, that he's not going to have these inferior lentils, mutter b'adoshim, he's allowed to have the superior lentil. Chita chitim she'eni toyim. Now here, if you remember, like we said by Dugim, chita means a loaf. That's one piece. Chitim means a whole bunch of grain, which is flour. So chita chitim sheni time. If he says wheats that I won't taste, also behem he can't have it. Ben kemach, whether it's flour, which makes a lot of wheat. Ben pas, which is all one big piece of wheat. Gris, and sheni time, the same thing. Grits. So gris would be if it's in a porridge, so it's all together in one thing. So asabem bein chaim bein mevushalim, whether it's raw, so there it's a whole bunch of pieces, or whether it's cooked and it's one mass. Rabbi Yehuda Aimer kainem gris or chita sheni time. If he says I vow not to have gris or chita, that's a sole one. He's allowed to chew them raw, because chew them raw is a lot of pieces, and therefore it's only us where it's cooked and it's in one mass. Rabbi say again, the schedule this week is Mincha and Marv is at 6:45 with Daf Yomi 15 minutes early at 7:45. So Daf Yomi, you could stay in shul already, say a little tillim, and then be ready right away for the Daf Yomi.